Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of two mid-range phones below 15,000, the Xiaomi Mi A1 with the Lenovo K8 Note. So Xiaomi Mi A1 comes with Android 1 platform, while the Lenovo K8 Note has also stock Android and the latest version of Android. So in terms of the pricing, the Xiaomi Mi A1 is priced 14,999, while the Lenovo K8 Note comes in two variants, 12,999 variant which has 3GB RAM, and also 13,999 variant which has 4GB RAM. So in this video we'll cover all the aspects of this phone. We have the 4GB RAM variant on both the devices along with 64GB storage. So let's get started with the detailed comparison. So first up, let's have a look at the design and build quality. So design wise, you could see that both these devices are made of metal unibody construction. Both are pretty good looking device out there, but we would say the Mi A1 feels slightly more premium in terms of the design aspect. The build quality looks pretty similar on both the phones. You could also see that the Lenovo K8 Note is slightly thicker and also heavier than the Xiaomi's Mi A1. Now in terms of the hardware aspects, you can see that both these devices have power and volume keys on the right side. The bottom panel houses the charging slot. We have C-type port on the Xiaomi A1, while it's a micro USB charging slot on the Lenovo K8 Note. We have speaker unit. The 3.5mm audio jack is at the bottom for the Mi A1, while on the other hand Lenovo K8 Note has this 3.5mm audio jack at the top. You also have the IR blaster on the Xiaomi Mi A1. On the left side we have the SIM tray. We have dual SIM cards on both the phones. We have dedicated SD card on the Lenovo K8 Note. We also have a dedicated music button on the Lenovo K8 Note. So that was the design aspect. Now both the devices come with capacitive touch buttons, but they are not backlit on the Lenovo K8 Note, while it's backlit on the Xiaomi's Mi A1. So that was the design aspect. So both these devices are quite good in terms of the build quality, but in terms of the design, we feel the Xiaomi Mi A1 feels slightly more premium. Now next up, let's have a look at the display. So both the phones come with 5.5 inches Full HD display, and it's a 1080p resolution display, and both have 2.5D glass and protected by Corning Gorilla Glass. Now you can see the display quality is really good on both the phones. Great color reproduction, good sharpness levels, and also good viewing angles along with good touch response. So in terms of display aspect, we would say both these devices are almost neck to neck. No clear winner in terms of the display quality. Next up, let's talk about the software. So here you could see that both these devices run on stock UI. You could see Android 7.1.1 on the Lenovo K8 Note, while it's 7.1.2 on the Xiaomi's Mi A1. Also, the Xiaomi's Mi A1 is powered by the Google One program. That means Google will be providing updates for this device. So you get the Oreo update, and also the next version of Android is promised. But on the other hand, on the Lenovo K8 Note, the updates are provided by Lenovo, and Oreo is promised for the Lenovo K8 Note as well. In terms of the UI, you could see that both these devices are almost similar. If you go to settings as well, almost similar experience. You get no additional options included. Other than a couple of gestures in the Xiaomi's Mi A1, both these devices have almost similar UI and no additional options included. So that is the software aspect. So both these devices come with the stock UI, and that's one of the good aspects of both these devices. Next up, let's talk about the performance. So the Xiaomi Mi A1 comes with the tried and tested Snapdragon 625, which is one of the reliable chipsets in this price segment. It is coupled with 4GB RAM and 64GB storage. While on the other hand, the Lenovo K8 Note is powered by the Helio Deca-Core X23 chipset, which is one of the really powerful chipsets in this price segment. And it also comes with 4GB RAM and 64GB storage option. So in terms of the performance, we would say the Helio X23 powered Lenovo K8 Note was faster. We did an app opening test to see which is faster, and here you could see that the Lenovo K8 Note is faster in terms of the opening of apps. The speed test, Lenovo K8 Note 1 when compared to the Xiaomi's Mi A1. The Mi A1 is a really good device in terms of the performance, but it is definitely not up to the mark of the Lenovo K8 Note in terms of the opening of apps. That is the speed test. So that's one area where the Helio Deca-Core X23 chipset is really powerful. And here's the benchmark score of these two devices, and here you could clearly see that how powerful the Helio X23 Deca-Core chipset, the 10-core chipset, is when compared to the Snapdragon 625. Now both the phones comes with dual SIM card for GLT and VoLTE support. We have a dedicated SD card on the Lenovo K8 Note, while it's a hybrid SIM card on the Xiaomi's Mi A1. The gaming performance test of these two devices were really good. Both these devices had great gaming abilities as well, and neither of them had any heating issues. So gaming is really good on both the phones. Now let's have a look at the fingerprint scanner performance. So both have rear mounted fingerprint scanner, and let's see which is faster here. So you could see that the Lenovo K8 Note is much faster than the Xiaomi's Mi A1 in terms of the fingerprint scanner experience. Now next step, let's talk about the important aspect, the dual camera. So both these devices come with dual cameras, but here there is a difference in terms of setup of dual cameras. The Xiaomi's Mi A1 comes with 12 megapixel dual camera. One is a normal wide angle camera, the other one is a 12 megapixel telephoto lens with 2x optical zoom. It also has a dual tone dual LED flash. Now on the other hand, we have the Lenovo K8 Note with 13 and 5 megapixel camera combination with dual tone dual LED flash. The primary 13 megapixel camera takes good photos, and the secondary 5 megapixel camera is for depth sensing. Now on the front panel, we have a 5 megapixel shooter on the Xiaomi's Mi A1, while it's a 13 megapixel shooter with LED flash on the Lenovo K8 Note. Now the camera interface is quite good on both the phones. We would say the Xiaomi's Mi A1 has a better interface overall with additional options included, while the Lenovo K8 Note is not bad in terms of the camera interface, quite decent option all around. Now talking about the camera samples taken with these two devices. Here are some of the sample shots which we have taken, and here you could see that the Xiaomi's Mi A1 produces slightly better color quality, and both the devices are really good in terms of the sharpness levels, and overall clarity looks good. But we would say the Xiaomi's Mi A1 slightly has better overall color quality and looks slightly better than the Lenovo K8 Note. Even in the close-up images, we would say both these devices exhibit good sharpness levels, and the colors were slightly richer and vibrant on the Xiaomi's Mi A1 when compared to the Lenovo K8 Note. So it's a personal choice whether you like vibrant and rich colors, then go for the Xiaomi's Mi A1. Otherwise, the Lenovo K8 Note is also a really good device in terms of the camera performance. So talking about the low light performance, this is one area where the Lenovo K8 Note has an edge in terms of the noise levels. The noise levels are slightly lower than what the Xiaomi Mi A1 produces. So you could see that low light experience was slightly better on the Lenovo K8 Note in terms of the noise levels. Noise is reduced on the Lenovo K8 Note, but you could see that the Xiaomi's Mi A1 has brighter images and more details. So it's a mixed performance in terms of these two devices. Both have their own advantage and also disadvantage. So you need to prioritize which is better for you. Based on that, you need to pick the device. Now the video recording, the Xiaomi's Mi A1 has an advantage because it has 4K recording as well as slow motion recording. While on the other hand, the Lenovo K8 Note does not have that. The slow motion recording will be coming in future updates. Now talking about the selfie camera, this is one area where the Lenovo K8 Note has a clear edge. The 13 megapixel shooter produces some really good selfies, and also the low light performance of the selfies was better because of the front-facing flash. So in terms of the camera performance, it's a mixed bag. Overall daylight conditions, we would say the Xiaomi's Mi A1 was better, and also in video recording. But in terms of selfie experience, the Lenovo K8 Note was a better choice. Now let's talk about the battery. We have a 3080 mAh battery on the Xiaomi Mi A1, while it's a 4000 mAh battery on the Lenovo K8 Note. Even though Lenovo K8 Note has a bigger battery, the battery performance is in stellar because the Helio X23 is a very powerful chipset. So it's not very optimized, and the screen on time for the Xiaomi's Mi A1 was around 6 hours and 15 minutes, and on the Lenovo K8 Note was slightly above 7 hours. So almost 1 hour difference in terms of screen on time between these two devices when we tested. So Lenovo K8 Note has a slight edge. Even though it has a bigger capacity battery, there is no real advantage for the Lenovo K8 Note in terms of the battery performance, because the Snapdragon 625 is a really power efficient chipset. Now additionally, there are some interesting aspects for the Lenovo K8 Note because it has a dedicated music button available, and there is also Dolby Atmos support. Even the Xiaomi's Mi A1 has a power amplifier. So music abilities of these two devices are really good. The speaker performance looks really good on both the phones, and the output via earphones is also really good. We have Dolby Atmos on the Lenovo K8 Note. Apart from that, there is also Theater Max support and also VR support, and other than that, there is also splash resistant coating on the Lenovo K8 Note. So these are some additional options on the Lenovo K8 Note. So now we have compared various aspects of these two phones. So which is the better device to buy here? It's a really tough job deciding one device out of these two devices because both have their own pros and cons. The Xiaomi's Mi A1 comes with really good design, build quality looks good, display is good, then software is really excellent, future updates are promised, then the performance is good, then battery life is also pretty good, and it has dual excellent cameras. Now on the other hand, the Lenovo K8 Note has a good design and build quality, good display as well. The software is again good, it has promised update, and it's also multimedia device with Dolby Atmos, Theater Max support, and also dedicated music key, and there is also splash resistant coating along with turbocharging, and performance is really great along with the Helio X23 deca-core chipset, and the battery performance also looks pretty good. So both these devices are neck to neck in terms of the performance and almost all aspects. So we would suggest you to pick the device based on what is your priority. Both these devices are really good, but if you're looking for a device on a tight budget, the Lenovo K8 Note makes much better sense because it's cheaper by almost 2K. The base variant is priced 13K, and the Xiaomi Mi A1 is priced 15K. So that's the detailed comparison of these two phones. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.